Salvete. Capitulum Vicesimo Quintum, chapter 25. Theseus et Minotaurus. Theseus and the Minotaur. Let's begin. Let's see what we got new. I always say this every chapter. I don't think nothing else new. As soon as I say that, they give me some new stuff. But soon they're just gonna put everything together, give you new words. We write it through all the grammar. Let's begin. Sirra, postquam facta Minotaurus, abrevult, sed Quintus, inquit. Sirra, after telling to Marcus what had happened, wanted to go, but Marcus said, "Noli me relinquere." Don't leave me. Te hic manere volo. Excuse me. I want you to stay here with me. I want you to stay here. Narra mihi aliquim fabula. Tell to me another story. Or tell to me some story. Quam fabula me tibi narrare vis. Fabula me de lupo et agno, qui forte ad eundem rimum venerunt. What story do you want me to tell to you? The story of the wolf and the sheep who came together at the river. Who was that? By chance, forte. It's like perhaps, coincidentally, by chance. An fabulam de puero, qui cupivit regere equos, qui currum solis per caelum trahunt. Or the story about the boy who wanted to rein in regere, to steer the horse, who po the currum chariot. And they're looking at the picture. The chariot of the sun through the sky. But that word kururum remind me of carriage, which is carterus. Tacete quinto sirra pergit. Quintus being silent, Sirra continue. An cupis audere fabula de Achille duque Grecorum, or do you want to hear the story of Achille? I don't know if I'm saying that right in English. Achille, the ruler of Greece. Qui Hectorem ducem Troianum interficit, who Hector, and I know that in English, who Hector, the leader of Troy, was killed. Who he killed? He killed the leader of Troy, Hector. Aque corpus eius mortuum post currum suum Traxicircumoenia herpes troyai, and who dragged Corpus eius, his body, mortuum, his dead body, post coram suum, who dragged his dead body behind the carriage. The chariot around the Coracum Moenia, around the walls Urbis Troiae, around the walls of the city of Troy. An fabulam de Romulo, qui prima Moenia Romana edificavit, or the story of Romulo, who built the first walls of Rome. And this will be a good story. I like that story. I got this story told on YouTube. A dude tell this story in Latin, and that's a good story to go look up. Teach a lot of Latin in that. Et rerum fraterem interficit, quia Moenia humilia deridebat, and Remus, who killed his brother because he was joking on her small wall. Omnes estas fabulas antiquas saepe audivi. All of these stories, of those old stories I often heard all of those old stories. Jam vero nec de omnibus nec de bestiis audere cupio, but now I want to hear neither about humans nor about beasts. Narra mihi fabula de alico feroci monstro. Tell to me the story about another ferocious monster, cui caput bestia et corpus hominis est, et quod homines vivos vorat. Talem fabula adire cupio. So narra mihi fabula, tell to me a story de aliquo feroci monstro, about another ferocious monster, qui caput bestiae, who have the head of a beast, et corpus hominis, and the body of a man. Et quod homines vivo vorat, and who eats humans alive, or devour, vorat, devour, swallow, destroy, those things. Vivos, alive. Talem fabulam audire copio. Such a story I want to hear. At tale monstrum te terebit quinte, but such a monster will terrify you, Quintus. Noli putare me puerum timidum esse. Don't think that me, a boy, will be afraid of that. timor monstororum puero romanum non decet. Being afraid of monsters is not fitting for a Roman boy, to a Roman boy, of a Roman boy. Narrabo tibi fabula de Theseus et Minotauro. I will tell you the story of Theseus and Minotaurus. About the inquit Sira, said Sira, et sic narrare incipit, and thus she begins to tell, to narrate. In insula Creta, only vivebat monstrum terribile. On the island of Crete, once upon a time, there lived a terrible monster, nomine Minotaurus, whose name is Minotaurus, cui caputari, who has the body of a bow, corpus viri arat, and who had the head of a bull and the body of a man. In insula, I read that already. Minotaurus in magno liberinto habitabat. The Minotaur was living in a large labyrinth. Qui des labyrinthus? What is a labyrinth? Es magnum edificium quod frequentibus muris in plurimas partes dividitur. It is a large edifice, building, or structure. In this case, a structure. It is a large structure which has frequent or many walls and is divided into many parts, lots of parts. Nemo qui tale edificium semel intravit rossus illic exire potest et sianua patet. No one who enters such a structure once again is again able to exit out of there, although the door is open. Patet. Although the door is open. Labyrinthus sile in quo Minotaurus inclusus tenebator. This labyrinth in which Minotaurus is kept locked in. Daedalo viro Atheniensi edificatus erat. This labyrinth in which the Minotaur is locked in was built by Daedalus, an Athenian man. Qui iam antiquam mex urbe Athenis in Cretim venit, cum plures res mirabiles fecerat. who nouns who now after that came out of the city of Athens to Crete, had made many of these miraculous things. Complures, many rares things, mirabiles, miraculous, or wonderful. Fekerat had made. Diadulos, be the structure, be make the structure. Minotaurus nihil praeter homine vivo edebat. The Minotaur was eating nothing but except men, living men. Itaque complures adolescens viginesque. Also, many young men and women. Cotanis Atenis in Cretam mitebantur, and was sending and has sent Cotanis Atenis in Creta. Cotanis, here we go. First time getting sent into the dictionary. I had a feeling I would quote in Annie's yearly. Every year was being sent from Athens to Crete. And I hear the story too. The same guy did the story too. He kidnapping the children from Athens, sending them to the island of Crete, to the labyrinth. Qui omnes in labyrinto a monstro illo saivo vorbator, who all was being devoured in the labyrinth by that savage saivo monster. Minotaurus nihil. I got these things double up. Navis qui antieses iluc vehebantor nuela atra gerebat nameo colere significator mors. We be trying to tell them that. We still trying to tell people that today. The ship who was being carried to there from Athens to there was carrying or bearing a black sail, for this color signified death. Right? Black means death. The then and do now. Corborem tot Athenesis as mortem certa mitebantur. What's this matter? This matter, so many Athenians was being taken to shore, death, certain death, Keratam. Rex Minos, qui tu Creta regebat, the king Minos, who then ruled Crete, Parcisani Sante, Rebem Atenas Bello Expunaverat, who have been fighting. I skipped something. Yeah, after a short year before, have been fighting the city of Athens in war. Bello. Post expunationem urbis minus cupidus auri atque sanguinis non modo magna pecunia se etiam homines vivos ab atiensibus postulaverat. So after the battle or the fight in the city, Minos wanted or desired gold and blood. Non modo magnam pecunia, not only large amounts of money, said, but also etiam homines vivos, living man. From Athens, he had demanded not only large amounts of money, but also living man from Athens to feed to the Minotaur. Rex ani antiensibus male volebat, quod filius eius paluante ab is necatus erat. For the king desired wanted bad for the Theseus. I wanted evil for the Theseus, the Thensi people of Athens. Quod filius eius paluante, because a little earlier her son Necatus erat was killed abis by them. El tempore Theseus vir patriae mans atque gloriae cupidus antenis vivebat. And this time Theseus, a man who loved his country and desired glory, living in Athens, had lived in Athens, or was living in Athens. We ain't got nothing new yet, but I don't see he mixing the last two we way about. And in this one, they got to Serat. That's another one. He teaches these the last three chapters really. And post to La Werat, we get that the last chapter. So he just give us three of the last teachings. Get nothing new so far, I don't see. Qui nuper Atenas venerat, neque ibi fuerat, cum urbs a regi minove expugnata est. Who he recently came to Athens and neither made it there, and neither had been there when the city had been attacked by the king Minos. Theseus, qui patrem Minotauri tarum album iam necaverat. Theseus, who already killed Yam Nekarewat, who already had killed Patre Minotauri, the father of the Minotaurus, Tarum album, a white bow. Noam gloriam quadrans, Minotarum ipsum quoque intificere constituit. Who, not who, but looking for new glory, he decided to kill Minotaurus himself also. Itaque una cum ceteris antiensibus navem velis atris ornatam conscendit, et in Cretam profectus est. And so, together with the other Athenians, the ship is adorned. The ship left or set out adorned with black sails and left for Crete. Aboard the ship with black sails, adorned with black sails, and left out for Crete. Ibi continuo rege minoe adiit. There, immediately, he went up to the king Minos, qui eum a militibus in labyrinthum duci iusit, who when you see when you see that by, you already know you gotta get your verb, which is who was ordered to be led, who had been ordered to be led a militibus by the military in labyrinthum, into the labyrinth. So let's pause right there, take a break, and come back. Let's continue. Minos autem filiam virginem habebat. Minos, who however was having a virgin daughter, or unmarried daughter, qui nomen erat Ariadna, whose name was Ariadna. You're gonna have to just use the Latin. Ariadna, quae cum primum Theseus conspecit, eum amare coepit, who at the first sight of Theseus begins to love him. Constitutique eum sevare, and decided to help him. Ariadna igitor atequam Theseus labyrinthum intravit. So Ariana, that might be Adriana. Ariana, after this, had entered in the labyrinth. Theseus had entered in the labyrinth. A eum ascesit et sic loqui coepit, who had Kesit. Trying to think before I go to. Let's go. Kesit. No, we done had that before. Left him. Move towards him. She moved toward him and began to speak. Thus, to speak. Contra Minotarum ego tibi auxilium ferre non possum. Against the Minotaur, I will not be able to give help to you. Auxilium, that's a new word. Help. They inquit Theseus. The gods, said Theseus, mihi auxilium ferent contralum, will help me against this. Or give me help against him. Hodie certe Minotarum occidam atque cives meos a monstro illo terribili serabo. Today I will certainly kill the Minotaur and save Serwabo, and I will save cives meos, my citizens, a monstro illo terribili, from this terrible monster. From that terrible monster. Bonum gladium guerro, I carry a good sword. Ad pugnam paratus sum, and I am prepared to fight. Tum Ariadna hoc non dubito inquit. Then Ariadna says, I do not doubt this. Se quomodo exitum labyrinthi postea reperies. But how are you going to exit out of the labyrinth? How are you going to find the exit of the labyrinth afterwards? Nemo ahoc per se viam e labyrinto ferentem reperit. No one still was able to find the way out of. No one himself was still able to find the way out of the last labyrinth. He tried to trick you in this one. Ego verro tibi auxilio ferna. But I will give you help. I will give help to you. Eke filum a daedalo factum, quod tibi hivea monstrabit. Look, the thread that Daedalus, that was made by Daedalus, which will show you the way. A thread. Auxilio huius fili huc ad me redibis. I will help you. I will help with this thread, which will bring you here to me, or bring you back here to me. Haec locuta Ariadna Teseo filo longum dedit. Hearing this, Ariana gave the long thread to Theseus. Aque ille opererime inquit, and he said, wait for me, hicad aniam, here at the store, nulli timere, I'm not afraid, ego mortem non temio, I am not afraid of death, sine timore mortis contra hosta meo, without the fear of death, I will battle the enemy. And brevi huc redibo. I will return here shortly. Neque sine te Ariana in patria reveter, and neither without you, Ariana, I will return to my fatherland without you, not without you, Ariana. Iluc te mecum ducam, neque umquam te relinquam. To there, I will lead you to there, and neither will ever leave you. And I will never, ever leave you. Hoc tibi and policior. To this, to you I promise, and this to you I promise. Tum Theseus filum Ariadnae posse trahens labyrinthum intravit ac sine mora Minotaurus in medio labyrintho expectatem petevit, quam post brevem pugna gladioccidit. Then Theseus, carrying the thread of Ariana behind him, enters the labyrinth without delay. Wanted to attack the Minotaurus, who was waiting for him in the middle of the labyrinth. Quem post brevem, after a short fight, gladio occidit, killed him with the sword. Minotauro quiso, the Minotaur being dead, Theseus filum Ariadna secetus exitum labyrinthi facile reperit. Theseus, following the thread of Ariana, found the exit of the labyrinth easily. Ita Theseus ab amorem patria, quive suosa monstro savissimo sevarit. So Theseus, because of the love of his country, had saved his citizens from the most savage monster. Putting all kind of people in the labyrinth from Athens. Haec sunt quae narrantur de nece Minotauri. This are which was told about the death of the Minotaurus. I know this ain't the end. No, we can pause right here though. Okay, let's see if we can finish this up quickly. He Quintus perge inquit, here Quintus, says, continue. Narrare de Theseus et Ariana, nonne illa Theseus secutes. Tell about Theseus and Ariana. Ain't she followed Theseus? Theseus e libretto exiens Minotaurus necatus es inquit. Theseus, exiting out of the labyrinth, who had killed the Minotaurus, says, Laetamini cives mei, in tuemini gradium meum currentum, sequemini me ad portum. So he said, Laetamini cives mei, be happy, my citizens, in tuemini gradium meum currentum. Look at the blood on my sword. Sequemini me ad portum, follow me to the port. Ibi navis mea parata es ad navigandum. There my ship is prepared to sail out. To sail, not out. I be adding things to this story. Tum Arianam conspicuens. Then Ariana, looking, inquit, says, et tu, and me, and you. And you, inquit, he says, sequere me, follow me, profiscere me cum Atenas. Come, go with me to Athens. Set out with me for Athens. Ariana, quae nihil magis cupieba. Ariana, who was loving nothing more, inquit, says, parata sum ad fugendum. I am ready to escape or flee. Aque sine mora navem Tesei conscendit, and without delay aboarded the ship of Theseus. Theseus navem soluit, et cum filia regis naugavit naxum. Excuse me. Theseus, who released the ship, or unmoored the ship, and with the king's daughter, the king's daughter, had sailed to Nexus. Ibi verro nocte silente, Arianam dormientem reliquit. Aque ipse naxo provectus es. Like, give me a wake up. See, and there in the silence of the night, Ariana was left sleeping, and himself, he set out for Naxos. Leave her ass right there sleeping. Mane Ariana e somno excitata amicum in litore quae sivit neque eum reperit. In the morning, Adriana waking from her sleep, quae sivit looked amicum for her boyfriend in litoro on the shore. Neque eo reperit, and wasn't able to find him. Puella misera ab homini litore in autum saxum ascendit. The miserable girl climbs up onto a high rock from the little shore, climbs up onto a high rock. Unde prospicens nawam tesei procul and mari vidit. And from there, prospicens, that's like watching and looking out from there, she sees the ship of Theseus far in the sea, on the sea. Tum, as he walks eius a nullo audiri poterat. Then, although the voice of hers is not able to be heard by anyone, by no one, is able to be heard by no one, Ariana amicum suum fugiente vocavit. Ariana calls for her boyfriend, her fleeing boyfriend. And I gotta hold on one more time. Gotta make a phone call. Okay, let's continue. Be back. So where we been? So she called out for her boyfriend who was fleeing. Theseus, revertere ad me. Theseus, return to me. Neque ulla responsum e reditum est. And praeter vocem ipsius, qualdura saxa rediderut. But no one ever responded to her except her own voice. Which Dura, the heavy rocks, returned. The echo echoed. Brevi navis es conspectu eius abiit, neque iam ullum vellum in mari cernebator. After briefly going out into after the ship, briefly after seeing after going out, I know I keep saying after, briefly the ship is not able to be seen, her ship is not able to be seen, and now no sails is able to be seen on the sea. Not even a sail is able to be seen cernebator in mare, on the sea. Ariana igitor in litus descendit aquae huc et illuc horrens notis cum lacrimis capulum et vestem scidebat. Ut homines qui marrent agere solent. Ariana, who leave from the shore and runs from here to there, here and there, runs here and there, to and fro, with many tears. Skidebat was messy, messed up hair and clothes. Ut homines qui marunt agere solent, like people who usually are accustomed to go marrent. What is the marrent? Mourn. People who usually mourn. Her hair and her clothes are raggy, like people who usually mourn. I know I put to mourn, but throwing us a lot of curveballs in this one. Ita marebat virgo miserrima. So having mourned the miserable girl, lady, young woman, who viro quem ante omnes amabat, who by the man when before all, who was loved all by the man before. Who was so loved before by the man. Sola relicta erat inter ferras insulae, sicut agnus timidus inter cibos lupus. Who was left alone among the wild beasts of the island, just like the afraid sheep who were among the savage wolves a couple chapters ago. Cor Theseus amicam suam ita deseruit. You can see what that word is. Say why Theseus deserted his girlfriend thus, like that. We don't say thus in these days, but we do say like that. That's like equivalent. Or like this. But why Theseus deserted his girlfriend like this? Tales sut viri mi puer. Such are men, my boy. Montes auri feminis poligentur, tum promissa obliviscuntur, ac femina sine numo deserunt. Such are men, my boy, who promises mountains of gold to women, then obliscutor, and then doesn't keep, right? Doesn't keep the promise. I won't say doesn't keep because I freestyling. What I try to think of the word he would want us to lose. Then use oblus. If you are bluff, forget, gerabimo. Then forget the promise. If you're oblivious and leaves or deserts females or women sine numo, without a coin or without a dime. That's another phrase we always use in English. Without a dime. Now we know how to say in Latin. Sine numo. We got two in the last two chapters. The last chapter, ut ayut, like they say. And now we got sine numo, without a dime. Quista facile promissum obliviscitor, quam vir qui femina amavit. He who so easily forgets their promise, or a man who love a woman. How can one easily forget their promise who are so in love with a woman? Ego quoque olim desertasum ab amico pecunioso, qui mihi magnas res policitus erat. I also, once upon a time, was deserted by my friend, by my boyfriend, my rich boyfriend, who had promised me many big things. Yeah, probably promised to buy her freedom. Nolivero putare me ob cupidatatem pecunia mavisse eum, ego eum amaba, quia eum probum virum esse credeba. But do not think that because don't think that I was loving him because I wanted his money. I was loving him because I believed that he was a great man, a good man. Etiam nuc maereo ob amorem ilius viri. Also, now I'm miserable. I'm mourning, my reo, because I was loving that man. Because of my love for that man. Obliviscere ilius viri improbi, qui te tam tu peter deseruit. To forget, to forget this man is bad, who so shamefully deserted you. Let's look up obliviscere. Yeah, to forget, to neglect. Non facile es amoris antiqui opus whisky. It is not easy for me to forget an old love. Se hoc tu nondum intelligis mi quinti, but this you do not yet understand, my Quintus. Redeo a narratione fabula. I will return to the story. Quam probe oblita sum. And I nearly forgot, which I nearly forgot. And dum de aliis rebus loquor. And now then about the other our returns, I will speak again about the other things. Ariadna naxi relicta Theseus a patriam suam navigabat. Ariadna left at Nexus. Theseus sailed to his fatherland. Iterim pater eus aegeus rex attenentium. Meanwhile, his father Aegeus, the king of Athens, ab alto saxo in mare prospiciebat, from high up on the rocks, it was looking out into the sea. Aegeus rex Aetentium, Aegeus, the king of Athens. Brevi navis filii in conspectum venit, sed navis rediens adem vela attragerebat quae abiens gesserat. Shortly seeing the ship coming, the ship of his son coming, but the ship was returning with carrying the same black seal, which was carried out, was going away, was being carried going away. Theseus enim post necam Minotauri vela mutare oblitus erat. Theseus, after killing the Minotaur, forgot to change the sail. Had forgot to change the sail. So he must be thought he was coming back to get more children. Not him, but Minos. Itaque Aegeus abratus mortem filii eo colere significari. And so Aegeus arbiratus mortem filii, the death of his son. I don't know why arbiratus, judging the death of his son, makes sense right there. Judging by the color of his color, the meaning of the color, judging the death of the son from the meaning of the color. Sine mora de saxo se iecit in mare, without delay, from the rock, throws himself into the sea. Quod a nomine eus etiam nunc mare aegainum vocator. That's interesting. Which is also now his name, which is also called by his name even now, Mare Aegainum, the Aegean Sea, the Aegean Sea. So that's how the Aegean Sea get his name. The father threw himself into the sea after seeing the black flag again coming. Post mortem regis Aegei Filius eius Theseus rex aetientium factus est. And after the death of the king of Aegea, after King Aegeus, what's his name? Yeah, Aegeus, her son Theseus was made the king of Athens. Qui multus annus Athenas magna cum gloria rexit, who for many years ruled Athens with much glory. His verbis seraphinim narrationis facit. With these words, Sira finished telling the story. I think the thing, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that one been easy. I'm kind of tricky. But you can tell we get into the end. He ain't really give us nothing new on that, really, that I recognize. Maybe then they probably missed it, but we'll catch it in the next one. So, Walete, till next time.